Hey, what's up guys? Would you like to know what my top 5 coins are that are in ICOs right now that are going to change the world and are going to change your wallet in amazing ways, in my opinion? And it's okay to admit that we're here for the money. It's real. Everyone is. The fact of the matter is, you can't really use these coins for anything at the moment, so most of us here are investors. Later on, people will come when the use cases are there. We're here because we want to make some money, and that's okay to admit. I'm here because I want to make some money. I'm just being real with you. I really like this stuff. I do see its future, but you know, it is what it is. There's been a saying about cryptocurrencies that I think is true. It is the biggest wealth distribution in all of history. We're here at ground zero, so let's all get a piece of it. All right, starting up at number 5. Digipulse is about solving a problem. What is the problem? Problem is this. Let me show you a picture. That's the problem. Okay? That's a problem my wife has. Is it a problem that your other half has? And yes, you could teach them how to use it. You could tell them your passwords. And that's fair enough. Let's say we're moving into a world of mass market adoption with cryptocurrencies. They're used by everyone. How does inheritance work? It works with bank accounts. It works with land registries, yada, yada, yada. It does not work with cryptocurrencies currently. So that's what Digipulse aims to solve. A problem the world will have. Not so much of a problem now. It will have when we hit mass market adoption. It'll be a subscription-based program that you either pay for in fiat, or if you use our own coin, the Digipulse token, it's 50% cheaper. This will benefit the recognition of the coin and will benefit those to mine it so that they can get their subscriptions for free, basically. It is a platform where the user can store information such as letters, photos, miscellaneous, and have integration from other services such as wallets, from Coinbase to whatever exchange you're on. An inheritor is assigned for every vault the user creates. And then the selected inheritor can have access to the wallet should the originator pass away. And there's a white paper here, very fancy, gives a better explanation than I did. I will leave links to all of these ICOs down below. Moving on to number 4, Kick ICO. Now I'm cheating a little bit here. This isn't a true ICO. They've got a working platform. But what Kick ICO aims to do is to help other ICOs in the process. They want to help them do quite a few things. So you have the initial coin offering, or you can have crowdfunding, or you can have crowd investing. This is before you move on to the ICO stage. This website will allow you to host your program, either one of those 3. They will charge you minimal fees, and as they say here, they will make your dreams come true. So why do they need a currency? Well, they're called Kick coins, and they're for backing successful campaigns. So what's innovative about it? Well, when you invest in an ICO on their platform, you get your coins from the thing that you invested in, but they also give you Kick coins as well. Kick coins are designed in case of a failure. In case the ICO doesn't work out, at least you got something back from it that you can move elsewhere, you can sell, you can invest in something else. So in that way, there's a little bit of consumer protection that they're giving for free. And you can find a lot of ICOs via their platform. But yeah, not a true ICO. Still innovative though. Coming in at number 3, Spective. What is Spective? Essentially, it's the VR of YouTube, or it aims to be a YouTube for virtual reality. So why does it need its own currency? Coin will be used for advertising payouts, premium content purchases, and tipping. So it could be lucrative for content creators who are aiming to go into VR to use their platform instead of YouTube, who hasn't caught on yet. If you're following the news, VR is especially looking to be mainstream within the next few years. Definitely by 2020 and onwards, VR is here to stay. VR will be mainstream. So these kind of platforms are very interesting. Now let's say YouTube does adapt. Let's say it does implement its own VR feature. The thing is, these guys are doing it first. They will always have a piece of the market for that. Yes, YouTube can innovate and take most of the market, but there's still a marketplace for others. Stuff like Vimeo is still around, even though YouTube exists. There are other video platforms as well. Coming in at number 2, I'm going to give you 2 because they're very similar. 2-for-1 deal going on. First one, Tap Project. Now, have you ever tried to explain what a cryptocurrency is to someone that just has no idea what you're talking about? Ask them this. Ask them, have you ever played an online game? Most people, they say yes. Some don't, but a lot of people say yes. The money that you get in that game has a value in real world currency. It might not be very much, but it does have a value. And let me show you what I mean. IGXC.com has been around forever, and you can buy items in games, such as World of Warcraft, let's have a look at this, with real money. Gold, for example, that you farm in the game has a dollar value. So I'm just picking any server here. To buy almost $250,000 gold is $40. So funnily enough, Chinese farmers have been doing this for many years. They will just play and play and play, grind, kill enemies, get gold, sell it for cash. So how does this relate to Tap Project? Blockchain-based transferable in-game currency. What they will do is give you the ability to use currency from games, exchange it to their cryptocurrency, which can then be used in other games. Now I mentioned too, here's another one that's doing the same thing, except their project is a little bit bigger and it's backed by a superstar team called D-Market. Founder and CEO of this project is Volodymyr Pachenko, who has founded Skins.cash, second biggest virtual items marketplace in the world. That's CSGO skins. How big was that? That was huge. That is a huge market. CEO of that is making this. Now, this is slightly different, perhaps a broader, more wide-scale idea. Instead of just it being in-game currency, what they're planning to do is to have every item transferable on the blockchain. So everything could have a value, including currency, I would imagine. But they would set up a marketplace where people can buy and sell in-game items for their digital token. Just like something else we were talking about, right? Except with the added benefit of cryptocurrency being fast and whatnot. Now, you know it's a good idea when multiple people are doing it. How many people in the world are gamers? I think you'll find quite a lot are. How many people would love to make it a full-time job? I think a lot of people would tell you they would. There's a lot of people who already do. Now, before I move on to my number one, I want to give a special shout out to FoodCoin. Built on the Ethereum network, FoodCoin is designed to create a global marketplace for food. FoodCoin will be an ecosystem for agriculture and food businesses. Within this ecosystem, they aim to reduce fees for such things as tools for farmers, cafes, restaurants, food delivery services, and create greater efficiency and optimize food systems. It's a big plan. It aims to provide instant transparency from soil to shelf, from grocery to gut, with people being able to see where it's come from, what farm it's come from, what tools were used. It's a coin used for food. What more can I say? A lot. I could say a lot more. But essentially, the white paper lines it out. But I'll tell you one thing about this coin. It's got the attention of Cliff High, who, if you didn't know, is kind of like a guru when it comes to cryptocurrencies and predictions. He thinks that FoodCoin will be big, or it has at least potential to be. And things such as FoodCoin have a future. We are headed towards a global market meltdown. That's where fiat currencies value will just crash. The current liquidity that we enjoy from banks will freeze. We won't be able to access funds. That's why cryptocurrencies have a bright future. That's why really important things like being able to buy food with FoodCoin could be a very good thing, or at least a good speculative investment, if nothing else. Now, my top 5 are interchangeable. You can change number 1 with number 3 or number 3 with number 5, and it's still kind of the same, but these are some of the best projects that I've seen. I wanted to make another special mention before we move on to the number 1 for MyBit. It's one of those smaller ICOs. It is currently raised $867,000, which sounds like a lot of money. For ICOs, it's not really. There are quite a few that have raised 150 million plus, but there are still 8 days to go, so that could be one of the reasons. We could see that easily cross over 1 million before then, easily. So how does it decentralize energy? It wants to commoditize solar panel installation and other forms of renewable energy, and investors and landowners can crowdfund the coming decentralized energy grid. So they've got this 5-year goal where they plan to utilize the increasing adoption of artificial intelligence and IoT, the Internet of Things, where basically your light bulb's connected to the internet. They theorize that these two things will create a massive increase in the demand of energy. They theorize traditional energy grids will not be able to scale rapidly to increase with the demand. So they aim to solve a problem. By using a decentralized energy grid, they will be able to scale and fill the world's demand for energy. So currently, they're in the crowdfunding stage through their ICO, and in January, they plan to have a beta release and their pilot. So still early days, still an ICO, but very interesting and very innovative. And now it's time for my number 1. It's EOS. There's probably no surprise. I know it's a little bit of a cheat. It's been around for a while. It's a year-long ICO, guys. Technically counts. But why is it made my number 1? It's still in development, but it's made by Dan Larimer, who, if you didn't know, is basically a superstar when it comes to cryptocurrency startups and is a total expert in the field. We may not see substantial gains from this coin this year. but certainly 2018, 2019, we could expect potential exponential growth. There are some concerns around it, definitely, and I am aware of them, but general consensus is still really positive behind this coin. Maybe not for experts like you and me that are watching this video, but generally mass market who aren't aware of potentially all the inner workings. They are not. EOS seems like a good prospect. EOS's claim to fame is that it is much more capable of handling transactions per second than Ethereum is. That is huge. That is huge. Ethereum can't handle it at the moment, and we're nowhere near mass market adoption. We've seen Ethereum come to a grinding halt last month when there was a ton of ICOs happening, people flooding the network. Ethereum had backed up delays for hours and hours and hours. EOS claims to solve that. People think it might even stand for Ethereum on steroids, although that's not confirmed. But Ethereum could be upgraded, but it'll be interesting to see the race for the biggest blockchain with the fastest transactions. Anyway, guys, I hope I've given you something to think about. I hope you found this video interesting, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.